My name is Jyoti Belur. I'm a lecturer in the Department of Security and Crime Science, University College London, working with the What Centre for Crime Reduction.
And I'm Amy Thornton, a teaching fellow in the same department, working on this project. Electronic monitoring involves placing a tag around the ankle or wrist of an offender which, in combination with a receiving device, can verify their whereabouts to establish remotely whether the individual is violating a set of pre-established conditions determined by the courts. These might be restrictions in terms of the areas where the offender should not be, or restrictions in terms of a curfew, so the offender has to remain in a fixed location, the house for example, during certain hours in a day.
The ability to monitor offender whereabouts means that the offender can be released into the community rather than serving time in a prison. Monitoring devices use either radio frequency or GPS technology to send information in real time or with a delay. It can be applied at any stage in the criminal justice process, either before trial or as early release from prison, or even as an alternative to prison. A variety of offender types, adults as well as juveniles, can be monitored.
Interest in the monitoring of offenders originated in the prison crisis of the 1970s and 80s, when prison overcrowding and the rising cost of sending offenders to prison was recognised as a major problem in the US and the UK. Monitoring was designed in part to prevent the need for offenders to remain in custody. It's been linked to a number of outcomes other than cost-cutting, including reducing reoffending through increased deterrence, acting as a rehabilitative tool by providing structure to offenders' lives and the opportunity to work, and even sometimes as a form of punishment in the community.
Many countries, including England and Wales, Scotland, wider Europe, the United States, Australia, etc., are investing considerable amounts of public money in monitoring programs, so it is important to know whether the intervention works and whether it is cost-effective.
We focus on how monitoring might prevent crime, the contexts in which it works best, and any implementation challenges to help practitioners and policymakers working in this area. So is monitoring effective in reducing reoffending? Overall, when taken together, studies show that there was a reduction in reoffending by those on monitoring as compared to those who were not, but this was not statistically significant.
Monitoring showed a statistically significant reduction in reoffending for sex offenders, so it seems to work for this group of offenders. It also has a statistically significant effect on reducing reoffending in offenders who put on monitoring instead of being sent to prison, as compared to those who were sent to prison. We could say this might be because prison exposes individuals to other criminals and bad influences, but monitoring allows them to remain within the confines of their home environment.
Monitoring increases the risk of being caught offending because it allows the authorities to be alerted if the offender is either not at a specified location when they're expected to be, such as their home overnight, or if they've entered an exclusion zone, such as a playground. Offenders on location tracking devices, or GPS, may also be linked to or indeed cleared of crimes if their device shows that they were either present at or absent from a crime scene when the crime was committed. Monitoring may also increase the effort required to offend, as they need to remove or damage the tag, which is difficult to do. It may also work in other ways, and more information is available in the review.
Our review identified a number of implementation challenges. These included technological issues such as equipment malfunction, loss of signal or power, and battery failure. monitoring programs require good communication and coordination between a number of agencies like the courts, prisons, probation service, the police, and private monitoring companies. Most importantly, unless the response to a breach is prompt and swift, participants have little incentive to respect their curfew times and other conditions.
While there was not enough information to conduct a cost-benefit analysis, our review identified a lot of information regarding the costs of various monitoring programs and the potential savings that they may make when compared to imprisonment. We can say that the use of radio frequency technology for monitoring is less expensive as compared to using GPS technology. Active monitoring in real time for 24 hours a day is more expensive than passive monitoring when the data is uploaded once a day to monitor participants. Overall, we can say it is less expensive when compared to prison, but more expensive than traditional supervision or probation. For more information, go to the College What Works website and the Crime Reduction Toolkit.